from my office.
You ready, Melissa? What's that? Yeah, we're ready. Meeting order. We'll start with item one B. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, item two A, approval of minutes from the April 8th, 2024 regular meeting and the special meeting on April 10th, 2024. If no objections are registered, the council chair shall approve same as written. Item two B, approve correction of minutes. Suggested motion, move to approve the corrected minutes as attached for the June 12th, 2023 council meeting. Motion made, seconded, discussion. Those in favor? 7-0. Item three, approval of warrants. Suggest a motion to approve and sign warrants 102 through 112 in the amount of $1,323,951.69. Seconded, discussion. All those in favor? 7-0. Item four, suggest a motion move to approve and accept the following gifts, donations, and grants in the amount of $100. Made, seconded. All those in favor? 7-0. Item five, chairman's and town manager's comments. I don't have anything.
I would like to start with what we've been told by the engineers and contractors for Main Street, which is Main Street will be milled, taking the existing surface off it. Middle of this week or at the absolute latest, first of next week. I'm sure that will cause some disruption for some people. However, the fresh pavement should follow it on the street quickly. The sidewalks are taking longer, but the street should be in an improved condition in a couple of weeks. And they're telling us they'll be done by mid-July, with the exception of a few cleanup items. So hopefully done mid-July. That will put us in a good position for Loon Festival, though I'll hold my breath a bit. Beyond that, the only other thing I have to report is that the bathhouse is done, complete, and ready to be the toilet rooms for the boat races upcoming out here on the lake.
Thank you. Item six, planning board report.
So we had two items met on the 16th. One of the items was for King Rentals down on the Mohawk Road. They're going to put in storage units down there. There was a contingency with the water district just because it's an aquifer. I already talked with Jeff Day. He signed off on it with a few things for Devon to make sure where it's in the aquifer. That was voted through 7-0. And also the second one was Schlafman Hollow Solar Cabin. They have two cabin units at 387 Main Street. So it's just two cabins out back. They don't have water supplies or anything like that. They do have a bathroom. And per the ordinance, it is an allowed use for that area. That was actually voted through 4-3. Some of the other planning board members just saw kind of, I think it was more of a private issue than any with it, but that was voted through 4-3. That's all I got.
Thank you. Item seven, monthly reports. Any questions, comments, concerns? Kathy?
I have a question on it's not on the fire chief's report, but it's about the fire department. I was asked if the fire department is trained on dealing with a fire at a solar farm. So the question is, are they trained for that? And if not, is there a plan to do so?
I suspect they've had no specific training to that. They certainly could, but I don't see it as much different from suppressing many other fires that are trained.
Well, supposedly, like electric vehicles and the solar panels, it's a much different fire. Allegedly.
Well,
So that's the question.
it is different than a two-car garage, yes, no question. I raised the issue.
Thank you.
Anything else? Yeah, go ahead.
On the property that we've taken from the mill site for the town garage, how much property is that?
You have to ask Dennis if he knows.
7.3 acres.
7.3 acres.
Is that property where we could have built something? I mean, do we need that? Do we need that property for the town garage? Do we not have?
I would like Dennis to speak to that, if that's okay with you.
We asked to have that piece of property at the back of the town garage simply because I thought a little bit more room would benefit us as far as storing large piles of materials. If you look at an over view at the property lines, we're encroaching back on that property quite a bit now already. The piece of property we have is an abstract triangle piece. It's off to the left there. Probably wouldn't ever be used for anything else. It would do good for storage for us.
Hey, go ahead.
I would think that probably be a council vote. We were gonna take the property out of that money, that mill site that we're putting all the money into for economic development. I think probably after we looked at it, we probably wouldn't have any problem with it, but I would think that would be something to be a council vote to take 7 acres out of that mill site property.
Do that.
We haven't done anything with it as far as improvements or moving any material on there. We certainly bring it forward next month to the council.
I'd just like to have information on that. 7 acres where we could be doing economic development. If we never had that, we've never had that piece of property. That's something where we could be doing economic development. I guess we'd have to individually weigh how we talk about that. I think that should come before the council before we just do it. Thank you.
We just agreed, though, even with this gone, we'll have an excess of 350 undeveloped acres.
Well, I understand that. But when we start taking one piece for this, and one piece for this, and one piece for this, you never know, we might fall on the 7.5 acres of land and maybe a tax producing entity for the town. That's why I say that should be a council vote. Thank you.
Anything else for open forum? Nothing? All right. Item 9, or was that monthly reports or did I do open forum yet? Monthly reports, I'm sorry. Open forum, anyone here for open forum? Raise your hand. No? Okay. Item 9, consent agenda. All items marked with an asterisk are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Suggested motion will be approved. The suggested motions for items 10 through 17 as presented.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. All right. Item 18, set public hearing dates for the fiscal year 2025 and 5-year capital plan. Suggest motion move to set the following dates for the public hearings for the fiscal year 2025 budget. First public hearing, May 28th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Second public hearing, June 3rd, 2024 at 6 p.m. So moved. We have a second. Motion made, seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Item 9, authorize temporary ATV access. Note this is a temporary route. This temporary route has conditional approval for the DOT, from DOT and from the police chief, Leonard. Suggest motion move to authorize a temporary single season trial basis ATV trail as follows. From the rail bed on Penobscot Valley Avenue, straight through the intersection to the River Road with no turns onto West Broadway, a distance of 2,100 feet.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion?
Are they gonna use actually the road or the shoulder, or is there any?
I can answer some questions on that. Tom Gates of Penobscot Off-Road Riders Trail Master. And that 2,100 feet has been cut in half. We have a new trail that comes through just behind Collins. It's 1,100 feet now. Has been approved by conditional approval by traffic engineering. And it will be 25-mile-an-hour zone on that 1,100 feet on the highway, so it doesn't tear the shoulder up. There is a bridge across the ditch, which we will pull out in the fall. So there's no snowplow issues there, but it is off the shoulder of the road. And that's to keep all traffic, or any traffic from turning off River Road onto West Broadway. No left-hand or right-hand turns. Be straight through the light both ways. And going towards the hospital, there's a large pull-off area on Penobscot Valley Avenue where somebody could pull over without traffic to go by, or pull over and wait for traffic to go by before they make a left-hand turn.
Yeah, John?
So will there be any ATV traffic on West Broadway itself?
Crossing it, and
Or going up, but going up and down?
like to go from Napa to Why Not Stop across the street. The road runs parallel with Broadway. The trail runs behind Foresters, Hannaford's, and all that. There's a trail runs parallel with it, but they can cross Broadway.
They can cross it, but they won't be going from the forest to the hotel on West Broadway.
No.
Because those are the only issues we have, if people don't stay on that trail.
No, well, we understand that. We're doing signage more than we've ever done.
Okay.
Informational signage. The state is putting up 6 signs at $150 a piece, our cost. And, any other questions? I'll see if I can answer them.
Thank you.
All right, anything else? All right, all those in favor? 7-0. All right. Item 20, town manager annual appointments. Suggest motion move to confirm the town manager's annual appointments pursuant to title 30-A, section 2526, 2601-A, and 4221 as follows. TIF administrator Ruth Burtz, tax assessor addressing agent Ruth Burtz, health inspector vacant, interim health inspector Wade Jordan, code enforcement officer Wade Jordan, plumbing inspector Wade Jordan, economic development administrator Ruth Burtz, communications director vacant, and events director vacant. Second discussion, John?
We plan on changing some of these folks out if we get more, the more new hires we get. Because I think we're putting an awful lot of pressure on people that have 3 or 4 different jobs.
I think that's true, but given the size of our staff, everybody gets 3 or 4 jobs. So that's not abnormal. We did interview a person today for events communications who would then become the health inspector also. So we are trying to fill some of this and we continue to make that effort. But as far as taking jobs on this list from anyone you see here, I don't imagine that's soon.
Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor? Those opposed? 6-1 with John opposed. Item 21, Appoint member, suggest motion move to appoint Andrew Stevens to the Water District Board of Trustees for a 3-year term expiring May 2027, as recommended by the Appointments Committee. Seconded, discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Item 22, appoint member, Library Advisory. Suggest motion move to appoint Frank Woodard to the Library Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring May 2027, as recommended by the Appointments Committee. Seconded, discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Item 23, appoint member, Airport Advisor. Suggest motion move to appoint Keith Strange to the Airport Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring May 2027, as recommended by the Appointments Committee. Seconded, discussion? All in favor? 0. Item 24, suggest a motion move to appoint election workers listed below for the next 2 years pursuant to Title 1-A MRSA Section 503A. Democrats, Julie Albert, Elizabeth Bickford, Faye Broderick, Mary Foss, Benita Gray, Ian Morcas?
Yeah.
Anthony Morcas, Margaret Rogers, Lee Street, Jacqueline Thurlow, and Joanne Weed. Republicans, Bruce Arnold, Emily Baker, Gloria Edwards, Alexander Fair, Linda Gary, Jennifer Jordan, Wanda Kimball, Darlene Lystrate, Ashley Mitchell, Ronald Coon, Kathy Moisen, David Moisen, Larry Montroy, Adam Morrison, and Mark Muello. Unenrolled, Amy Montoy, Avis Sutherland. Those workers underlined are previous election workers being reappointed. Staff Democrats, Cynthia Denniston, Diana Hill. Staff Republicans, Sharon Egan, Marcy Elders, Ann Morrison, Melissa Patella, and non-resident staff, Tracy Ward. Seconded. Can we take the discussion? All in favor? 0. Item 25, accept proposal. Move to accept the proposal for Superior Fence for the amount of $12,720 to install a fence at the community garden. Funding to come from G5-0135-00. Seconded, discussion? John?
Which fund is this coming from?
It's the tournament funds?
This is coming from.
So it's not the basketball tournament funds? Revenue?
I'm gonna come out here so people can hear me. The account that he has asked to use it from is the same account we use as the rec center fund, that we used to fill in the ditch that was on the walking trail. The rec center fundraising account, if that is what we would choose to use instead, is G-5-0137, and that is the rec center fundraising, which has a total of about $71,000 in it currently. And that is what we earn from the basketball tournaments.
Okay. So where do these funds for this account come from?
Those are the rec center, the original funds for the recreation center. We have 3 separate accounts at Bangor Savings with funds for rec center. And we have the trust account that was the big donation.
Yeah.
Totally separate from these 2 that I'm talking about.
Okay.
But this is the budgeted item.
Any other discussion?
Only tearing out the old also included in this price.
All right. Motion made seconded. All those in favor? 7-0. Item 26, approve proposal. Suggest motion move to approve it, approve the work proposal for the Ian Argas, from Ian Argas to do the work on the private road that is portion of George's Landing off Go Devil Road as attached. Motion made seconded. Discussion?
This is not town property.
Yes.
Yes. It is town property.
It is town property.
Where's that liability?
There is an agreement that she'll be signing, assuming you approve of this, in which she writes off her liability, takes it on to herself.
If I remember correctly, it was just laying some gravel down to make it easier to pass.
Make a path, yes.
We checked with the Public Works Union that we're not gonna have a problem as far as grievance, they should be doing work on town owned property. Because that seems like a win for them. If we have a
I haven't
private-
imagined such a thing. I can't imagine that they're gonna discover they are without work because of this. I don't know if Dennis would like to say anything to that regard.
I guess I wouldn't think they would be without work, but if a private individual is doing work on public land that union is responsible for, they would have a good grievance.
Look at their contract, but I highly doubt there's anything in their contract that says if work is being done on public land, it's their work.
Yes, her paying for it herself as opposed to the town putting any money into it would change the way right to file grievance. Where there's no town money involved.
I can certainly check with the shop steward, but we do not maintain winter or summer George's Landing or Go Devil. So I can't see a grievance being filed, but I can certainly check with the shop steward.
And I will look at their contract tomorrow, to see if it seems to say any such thing.
Any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor? All those opposed? Vote passes 4-3 with Gordon, Dan, and Jonathan. On this,
No, I get your own.
Yeah.
I'm not that much.
item 27, adopt a resolution. Suggest motion move to adopt the resolve to join the Community Resilience Partnership as attached. Motion made seconded. Discussion?
Just a little explanation as to what it actually, I mean, I read in there, but I still guess I don't have a full understanding of what we're actually doing. Anybody does?
I don't think I have a good understanding. Like you?
This is Ruth's thing.
No, this is
Yeah.
part of community development, and this is a program that's offered through the state of Maine, where they have a program where they have up to 75 different grant opportunities to municipalities that join this resilience group. And if you join this resilience group, then you have the right to apply for these grants. We had a community meeting where the public came out and filled out a survey, and we identified 2 grants that we'd like to pursue. And one of them is to help our shoreline zoning enforcement, and the other one was to get somebody to help low to moderate income people identify the programs that can help them modernize their homes with new windows and insulation and things like that. They'll pay the salary for that person to help them fill out the paper and see if they qualify. Each of these grants are worth $50,000, but in order to be able to apply, you have to join this group. So this resolve is the town council saying they support community development efforts and joining this group so we can take advantage of these grants.
Does it obligate us to anything? Is this the result of talking about solar wind and tribal lands? And does this obligate us to?
It doesn't obligate us to anything, but that is part of it because they are working with Indigenous people to offer them the same type of grant opportunities. But you have to join the program, have your community meetings, identify what you want to apply for, and then apply for it. It doesn't guarantee you get it, and you have no obligation to them after you get it.
We're not financially obligated to anybody should we sign this resolve
No.
that we have to put a wind farm in the middle of Bell Hill, or we have to do stuff like that.
Kathy was at the meeting too.
I was there, my husband was there, Steve Perry was there. And there were a lot of ideas that we couldn't support, but these two that are mentioned in the resolve are things that we felt could benefit our citizens. directly. So, as we said, you only apply for grants for the things you're interested in. You're not obligated to do anything else.
You know,
No,
we're not
no, and
financially
there's-
obligated to town.
And there's no financial match to these grants either. This resolve just gives us the ability to apply and take advantage of the programs that benefit us the most.
But we're not obligated financially in any way, shape, or form.
No, we're not.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? 0. Right, and 28, adopt council resolve, rural medical school, suggest motion, move to adopt a council resolve that a rural medical school be built in Penobscot County per new legislation, and said school be located in or near the town of Lincoln as attached.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? 7-0. Item 29, approve liquidating tag trailer. Suggest motion. Move to approve going out to bid to liquidate the Public Works 1999 tag trailer.
Second.
Made seconded. Any discussion?
Just no use anymore.
We cycled this trailer out of the fleet. We obtained a new trailer. So this one.
All those in favor? 7-0. We have the addendum. Item 1, award bid. Suggest motion, move to award the bid for 2-inch minus gravel for the season to WT Gardner at a price of $8 per cubic yard FOB. Any discussion?
Is that what we read all of that, so?
I believe so.
That will be a freight on board. It means they load our trucks.
Anything else? All those in favor? 7-0. Item 2, adopt proclamation. Suggest a motion move to adopt a proclamation naming May 2024 to be National Cities, Towns, and Villages Month in Lincoln as attached. Second discussion.
I don't understand this one. I read it, but I don't understand what it does. I don't.
Councilor Moisen, I think, is the advocate.
That's what I heard. So I think it should be properly explained.
So, the National Cities Group is actually the Maine Municipal Association is the main arm of the National League of Cities. So we're indirectly a member of it. And it's just a proclamation, and it's a way to put the town in a positive light that, you know, we're celebrating National Cities, Towns. I mean, doesn't get us anything other than some positive press, which never hurts. So we sign the proclamation, there'll be a press release, and they can put it on their website that, you know, we proclaimed it. It's marketing, promotional, it's positive. Never hurts.
Anything else? Any questions? All those in favor? 7-0. Future agenda items? Do we have an executive session?
We do.
We do, okay. Yeah.
I want to make sure that when we do our first budget meeting and in our packet, when we get the budget, that we have all accounts, all goals. And what the accounts are. And what we asked for last year.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right. Executive session, suggest a motion, move to retire into executive session pursuant to Title I MRSA Section 456A for personnel.
Second.
By way of note, this is not personnel, this is economic development.
We have the,
I know. Do we have the citation? Exactly the same, except the last 6-8. I don't have the right answer.
I think he said G. Anyway.
You think it's G?
I'll look it up. It's color G. So the MRSA Section 456G, and we had a motion, Gordon and second Dan. All those in favor? 7-0. We will enter in at 7:31 PM.